Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Bad Pitch Energy. The calendar has turned to the month of May. A dreadful, dreadful April in Major League Baseball is over, and I'm joined by my fantastic co-host with the most, Robyn. How are we doing this week?
I'm actually doing pretty fantastic.
All right, we love that. You know, that deserves
That we're not.
Okay, so here's the great part about Robyn and I as podcast hosts. We literally plug and play. We do 5 minutes of planning to create the magic that you hear right here on Bad Pitch Energy. However, we are struggling with the microphone setup. When we are not in the same room, when we are in two different locations, which the last couple of weeks we have been, it's been fine. It's when we're in the same room and trying to both use our individual microphones where we have a lot of issues. And I'm embarrassed to say we spent the last 25 minutes struggling with two microphones, and we did what we always do when we're in the same room, is
going back to one mic.
Back to one microphone.
But the thing is, like, this is actually our second time trying to record this intro since Tom had taken out his headphones during our first recording, and the music just kept playing, and I'm like, okay, he's probably going to stop it at some point, but then he never did.
So I have some bad news.
What happened?
The music was just playing until you reminded me to turn it off. But it's okay. It's okay. We are not redoing it. There is just some nice calming rock music for the first minute and 45 seconds of this podcast. It could be worse. The rock music has stopped.
Okay, that's good to know. But anyways, I've been doing fantastic because I've been pretending that baseball and mostly the Astros they just don't exist. And what doesn't exist cannot hurt your feelings.
True.
So my mental health has magically improved. But also, to be fair, I've also started, I'm essentially working 60-hour work weeks at this point, and I have some finals coming up next week, so it's probably for the best that I've been pretending baseball does not exist.
Yeah, true. Well, it's been a week. Another manager got the axe, and I'm excited to say we had called this. Now, we thought he might be the first one, and we thought it might happen in June. But Rob Thompson was fired by the Philadelphia Phillies. No surprise, considering how the Phillies have been playing so far this season. What was a surprise is the Phillies tried to hire Alex Cora, who had been fired literally 24 hours before by the Red Sox. And so
Alex Cora did say no.
He said no. And I totally get why he said no.
Yeah, he's like, no thanks.
It does
hang
not.
out with my family.
And as he should, he's getting paid to sit on his couch.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it makes very little sense for someone who he's going to get any job he wants next year. It makes very little sense for him to join a team in which the roster has already been constructed. The coaching staff is already there. And it's a lose-lose situation, because if he takes over and the team does not improve, people are going to be like, well, it's Alex Cora. He couldn't turn it around, and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And so it makes sense for him to wait for what is truly a fresh start. And I don't blame him at all. And it does sound as if he's going to be the most coveted manager this offseason. And
That's really surprising to me, not going to lie. Since honestly, I don't think he has the best track record. The only time he's actually won the World Series as a manager himself was in 2018 when the Red Sox were known cheaters that year.
Yeah.
So this was kind of like if you want to put an asterisk next to a ring, that's when you put an asterisk next to. And then since 2018, the Red Sox just has not done well. I think they only made the postseason a couple years out of the tenure that he had, and then they've always been early exits. Yeah. So
here's what I'll give him, even though I'm not a fan of his. He was clearly very respected by his players. We saw that in the reaction of both current players and former players, also in some of the fans in Boston really standing up for Alex Cora. And I will give him credit here. When Craig Breslow apparently came to him about a week or so ago, maybe a little bit more. He said, like, hey, we probably need to make some coaching staff changes to, like, your hitting coach, your pitching coach, bench coach. And Alex Cora, to his credit, said, you're going to have to fire me then because I'm not making those changes. And inevitably,
that's what happened. But it's also funny, though, since Alex Cora posted to a story about Mookie Betts' trade, essentially, since that was also huge. Red Sox had traded Mookie Betts to the Dodgers essentially the year right after they won their World Series ring. And Mookie Betts was like, I'm not talking about this. Has nothing to do with me. Do not ask me questions about Alex Cora because I don't want to talk about the trade. I don't want to talk about him. So I think it is interesting that there are some players who are also like, I am not touching that. And
for Mookie Betts, it makes zero sense for him to address it now. Years after it's happened, he's won 2 World Series in Los Angeles on top of the World Series he won in Boston.
Right.
It makes, if we're looking at this politically, right, it makes no sense for him to touch that question.
Right.
And to Alex Cora's like defense on how he's been handling this, I appreciate the transparency. However, maybe he shouldn't be making specific references to trades that happened while he was in Boston, such as Mookie Betts, because we know the media is then going to try and address it.
But you know who I do want to hear from?
Who?
Rafael Devers.
Oh, God.
I do want to hear what he thinks.
Yeah. Do you think he would ever say anything?
I don't think he'll ever say anything. He actually does not seem like a big run to the media guy. I think everything that happened to him last year, it became the news. It was not because he ran and turned it to the news, but that's just what the storyline was.
Right.
I will say, though, Netflix chose the wrong year to do their documentary on the Red Sox.
Ooh.
I really want them to dig into this year, but also, Red Sox.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so the Phillies are now being managed by Don Mattingly, which is very interesting. Since this is the first time that, like, you can say a son hired his own father.
Yes, kind of wild when you think about it. Don Mattingly, who's had a lot of success as manager before, was a great manager for the Dodgers, for the Marlins. Is just like one of the most revered baseball players ever. He just
was with the Blue Jays during their last year.
It's interesting. I mean, this is a very interesting dynamic. Obviously, Preston Mattingly, his father, Preston Mattingly, his son, is a general manager, but he's not like the primary decision maker. That's Dave Dombrowski. So still weird though that like technically your boss is your kid.
Yeah, but he was the bench manager, so he did get promoted up. So it wasn't like he specifically chose his dad.
Yeah.
But also, crazy enough, up to today, I don't know what the today score is yet, but Don Mattingly has not yet lost a game. Like the Phillies have gone 4 games in a row without losing.
Yep.
So maybe the Phillies were really onto something by getting rid of Rob Thompson.
A lot of times, and we know, and the Phillies have admitted this, it was not the manager's fault. However, shaking up a clubhouse and an organization in this way has proven, and we're seeing it now to an extent, to be successful in, for whatever reason, igniting players and getting them to quite simply play better. It's just very odd, but it works, which is why I've been sort of clamoring for the Mets to make a move, because even though I understand it's not Carlos Mendoza's fault, I think the team needed something, even though they won last night on Friday night when we're recording this on Saturday. But I think that does change the complexion and the dynamics of a season, and it's working in Philadelphia.
But the thing is, what's interesting, though, is that David Stearns has called Carlos Mendoza and basically told him his job is fine.
Yep.
So Mets is not getting that shakeup.
No, they're not.
That they promised. Espada, you're still next. Your job's still on the line. I don't care what people say. I'm over you. I just think it's really funny that this is the 3rd year in a row where we're down 10 games?
Yeah.
Behind 10 games under 500, with him managing. So
yeah, it's a little, it's disappointing. Obviously, Astros have been just decimated by injuries the same way the Mets have offensively, but you can look at some of these in-game decisions
Mm-hmm.
and say, like, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly.
And both Joe Espada and Carlos Mendoza have really made puzzling decisions in game as it relates to pinch hitters, as it relates to bullpen management.
Right.
To be fair, though, they likely have made these moves when the teams were winning previously, and we just don't really care as much or notice.
Mm-hmm.
So everything they're doing is being magnified, and rightfully so, when you are losing as many games as the New York Mets are losing. And so I don't know. I have a good feeling that the Mets will not make a move at all this season, because if David Stearns fires Carlos Mendoza, he is admitting that he messed up as well.
Yeah. I have seen some funny tweets saying, like, why re-sign Pete Alonso when he's going to be bad in a couple of years? When you can just sign his replacement, who is bad now.
Okay.
And Jorge Polanco is on the IL.
Yeah.
Or who knows what at now. But
can we talk about Pete Alonso for a second?
Yeah, we can talk about Pete Alonso.
This has bothered me. So Pete Alonso, of course, signed with the Baltimore Orioles. I've reacted to that in the past. But the Orioles are in New York playing the Yankees. And so the New York media is getting their first chance to really kind of swarm Pete Alonso. His first time back in New York. He'll be back at Citi Field, I think, in August when the Baltimore Orioles play the Mets. But he's there talking to the New York media at Yankee Stadium. And, he's pretty much saying, like, he wasn't surprised by what the Mets did this offseason. The Orioles were really aggressive in pursuing him. He called it a match made in heaven, and essentially confirmed what we all knew, which was the Mets did not show a lot of interest in re-signing him. And he had spoken with Brandon Nimmo, who is inevitably traded to the Texas Rangers, and they were talking on the phone about a potential trade. And it's like Alonso pretty much voiced that the Mets did not talk to him pretty much all offseason. And even when he signed with the Orioles, like, David Stearns didn't call him, the owner Steve Cohen didn't call him. He got a call from Carlos Mendoza and some like lower level guys and players, but I just do find it very odd that the Mets chose to be very icy with him. It's one thing to say, like, hey, we recognize you don't fit into our organizational philosophy anymore. But that doesn't mean you need to be so cold about it, because these things do spread to other players, and it makes the Mets, who are just a reality show hot mess of a franchise, a less desirable location for players. But I suppose, in the case of Bo Bichette, if you're going to throw a boatload of money at me, I'm going to go and play for a joke of a franchise and leave the reigning AL champions for a massive payday. I don't know. There's just something about this whole discourse with Pete Alonso that has really rubbed me the wrong way this week. And I don't blame him for answering the questions honestly. He's being asked the questions, but it just makes me really frustrated about how the Mets have handled his departure. And it's especially compounded by the fact that they are the worst team in baseball after making all of the moves that they did in the offseason, including trading away Pete Alonso. So it just, to me, makes a sore subject during a hard time as Mets fans even more frustrating.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, he's still kind of off to a cold start.
I know, but I know. It's just still hard.
It's just one of the things where, like, it just feels like a lot of mismanagement on the ownership level. And I think a lot of the bad teams right now, if you want to call them that, are feeling that more so than usual. I mean, even last night's game when Astros were at Fenway, there was a little plane with a banner flying, like asking, actually not even asking, just telling Henry to sell the team. And I think we were joking around, and I was saying, well, it can't happen in Houston because our roof's never
so I am sure that Astros management ownership are very grateful. Jim Crane is like, we are never opening that roof.
We're never opening the roof. We forgot to mention our drink of the week.
Yes. What is
it? So we are drinking strawberry Moscatos. It's from a little, I don't know, it's called from like San Silvestro du Bois. I don't know.
I
picked it up from HEB.
It's good.
I tried it. It was good. I'm like, oh, this is a perfect drink to sip on while we're doing a pod.
It's a good sippable little drink.
Very smooth. Not sponsored.
I'm not sponsored. We'll let you know when something's sponsored, when we can
It'll
actually
be very obvious when
monetize the podcast.
But talking about this podcast, actually, quick little interlude.
Yes.
I will be going out of the country in a couple weeks. And I think Tom has already asked the Twitter sphere if anyone's interested in like co-hosting for a bit. I know we might have Dana step in for a bit as well. But if you're a listener and you're like, yes, let me hop onto this pod.
Yeah.
Shoot us a message, give us a call, send us an email.
Yes.
We would love to have you co-host or even guest host.
Even Dodgers fans are welcome to apply. But I think it would be good to get some newer voices in while Robyn is out.
I will try. I think
we're going to try.
Try something because I do think it'd be kind of funny to maybe have like the skyline of like shit. Wow.
We're truly an international
TM.
And I think and Dana will be kind of on call, on standby. She's just notoriously a very flaky person. Sorry, Dana, but it's true.
Ooh.
And so this is how I'll know if she's listening this week, is when I get an angry text from her saying, "Why did you say that about me?"
Dana, shoot me a text and I will back you right up.
But
we just got to make sure we get Tom drunk again first.
But yeah, let us know if you're interested. Baseball knowledge not required, but preferred.
If you just like to like shoot the breeze, talk trash, we are equal opportunities hater. Call that DEI. So No, because I'm talking about equal opportunity hating. Yep. Let's talk about Dalton Rushing.
Oh, come on.
I'm tired of this man.
Come
one of the
on.
reasons is I have not been on Twitter.
Okay.
But one of the reasons I haven't been on Twitter because this photo keeps popping up. You texted me a tweet as well. And before I even opened it, I said, how do I know this is about Dalton Rushing before even opening it? I feel like if you're going to be this ugly and this annoying, you have to choose a struggle. The thing is, like, okay, like the Dalton Rushing hate watch is on, but we're not the only ones hating on him. I think this might be probably one of the most disliked players for him. And Dodgers fans are crashing out a little bit because they don't understand why people don't seem to like this guy.
They're defending their man.
I just feel like, yes, he may be getting a little bit more hate just because he's on the Dodgers
100%.
than if he were on the Rockies, for example.
Yes.
But it's just more of, this man has just entered the league, really, and he's acting this way. It's just every time the Dodgers play, he's the front storyline.
Yep.
I haven't even heard a story about Shohei Ohtani in days because this man keeps acting up.
Yes. Yeah. He's stealing the spotlight for Los Angeles. And I mean, the fans are feral on the streets. They're saying all these things. Oh, these quotes that he apparently said are made up. They're lying about it. It's a whole conspiracy theory. Here's what I will say, though. As much as I'm not personally a fan of him,
right?
MLB needs a good villain.
Yeah.
And he is straight out of Central Casting, and he is playing that role very, very well.
Because the thing is, he's also has not been playing too shabby.
Correct.
He's been a pretty good player.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, step into this villain role, but can we just ask you to be just a little bit less of an asshole?
Yeah.
Because I'm just kind of tired. I'm just tired of seeing your face. More than anything else, I'm just tired of seeing your face.
And speaking of, we'll remove him. We can bring ourselves back here on camera. But yeah, he's definitely the villain that I think the Dodgers have had previously in Kike Hernandez, and Kike is aging out of that now. But
I will say, Kike is someone I do enjoy during the regular season because he's really funny. Yeah. I just can't stand him during the postseason.
Well, because he's so clutch.
He's so clutch in the postseason, but during the regular season, he's so funny. He's great. I do think overall, Dodgers do tend to have players that the rest of the league like. Like I know a lot of people love Mookie, a lot of people like Freddie.
Yep.
Say what you will about Shohei, but like people love Shohei. So this is like I think the first time, well, besides Kyle Tucker, that the Dodgers have someone who everyone just universally dislikes.
Yeah. Yes. And it didn't take very long. It did not take very long at all. Robyn, perfect segue.
Yes.
To someone that the world universally dislikes.
Oh gosh.
And that is Trevor Bauer. Wrong.
Bring back the wrong.
Hold on.
Man.
Wrong man. There we go. So, Trevor Bauer, of course, disgraced major league pitcher, former Dodger. Ironically enough, he was on the Dodgers for a brief period of time. Was previously on, I want to say it was the Reds before that. Ran out of Major League Baseball based on accusations that were made against him. Ultimately, there was no criminal intent that was proven, but I do believe he ended up settling lawsuits with these women that accused him. Went over to play in Japan for a while.
He was the worst pitcher in Japan.
He was the worst pitcher in Japan.
Actually, I honestly it's kind of hard to be a bad pitcher in Japan. They have dead ball. I mean, like just the way that like the way things are set up with the balls, the mound, things like that. It's kind of hard to have the worst ERA.
Well, he managed.
But he managed.
And so now he's back in the States. He plays for the Long Island Ducks.
Who?
And the Long Island Ducks. So I've been to many a Long Island Ducks game growing up. Of course, growing up on Long Island. In hindsight, they're probably the most annoying. It's probably the most annoying event to ever attend because every play.
But Tom, who are they? Are they even?
They're an independent league. They're part of the independent league.
Okay.
And so they are non-affiliated with any major league team.
Okay.
And so there has been generally here's their purpose. Guys who have not cut it in the minor leagues who want to go play for an independent league team have a little bit more flexibility, and also guys who are washed.
Yeah.
And so a lot of former major league players kind of make a stop on the Long Island Ducks at the twilight of their career, sunset of their career, whatever the term is, the end of their career, and play a season there and then hang it up. There are examples though of guys who have gone there and like really kind of as a reclamation project, pitched well, hit well, and have been signed by organizations to go play in AAA. And eventually maybe get back to the major leagues. Trevor Bauer signed with the Long Island Ducks this offseason. And it was, I think, a big deal for just based on the premise of he's back playing in the United States. After playing in Japan, after being run out of Major League Baseball. And he pitched a no-hitter last week or earlier this week. And he, of course, could not be humble about it. Because why would you be humble as a former major league ace superstar pitcher about pitching a no-hitter in independent league baseball?
Independent league where you're playing with like people who probably work full-time jobs.
Correct.
But no, the thing is like this man is nowhere near as good as he thinks he is. Again, we mentioned worst ERA in Japan. He also, I think the reason why he's so in his head about it is did he win the Cy Young? I don't remember. But he won it during the Mickey Mouse year. What that means when people reference Mickey Mouse years, they were talking about 2020 during the COVID shortened year. So there were many, many, many fewer games. And so it is why I think some Dodger fans are still traumatized.
He did 2020 Cy Young.
Yeah, some Dodger fans still hold that internal trauma, right, about not winning a real World Series ring because they won.
I don't count that one.
Yeah, we don't count it.
Yeah, I don't count it
during the World Series, the 2020 World Series. But then, like, he was not good. Again, he was not good at the MLB, and then the accusations of him beating up women, like, also kind of no one wants to touch him because he is very much like a social pariah. This is also why you probably won't ever see what's his name, Wandy Franco.
Oh yeah,
he's never coming back either. No one wants to touch that.
Yep.
So I'm just ready for him to go away, disappear. I'm tired of seeing him.
Well, he tweeted, and we have the tweet up if you're watching. He said, Trevor Bauer sucks so much. He's so washed. Again, after pitching a no-hitter against guys who literally played in this day game and then drove to their job, their second job at Whole Foods or the car dealership. Like, I hate to say it, I'm not minimizing the hustle, but like, dude, be a little bit humble. And so this started the discourse. Of course, God, Mets fans are the worst. People tagging Steve Cohen, sign him right now, get him back on the team. No. He's right down the road on Long Island. Enough of this.
Hold on.
Enough
we do
of
have
this.
the Astros game playing right now, and don't tell me Christian Walker is injured.
He's been red hot.
He's been red hot too. Why is he walking away, holding his head?
Did he get hit on his head, or what's going on here?
Is it a concussion?
Oh no. He's been 3 for 4 in this game here on Saturday.
Oh gosh.
We totally missed that. Are they going to show a replay?
I hope they do. Because why is he walking away like this?
Oh, and he's holding his head.
He is holding his
head.
Did
they really hit him in the head? They've got to be showing the replay at this point.
Was it a hit by pitch? Like what?
They've got to be showing a replay. Let's see.
Spada looks pissed.
Well, he should be.
He better be.
I mean, he's...
I honestly, I might be a little bit more old.
Okay, replay time. Let's see.
Oh
my God.
Oh, that was a headshot.
Yep. They hit him right in the head.
That was a headshot.
They hit him right in the head. Let's see from this angle.
Oh
no.
Oh my God.
Oh, damn it.
No, like it was so bad, it knocked his helmet off.
And it knocked his helmet off, I think, even before it really made full impact because he was ducking out of the way.
Yeah.
And his helmet tilted and started to fall off then. Oof. That's not good.
It's not been that. Like, I am a true, like, this might be me being a little bit more old school, but I am a true believer in being a pitcher who, like, protects your hitters, right? Yeah. So if you get, like, a really bad hit by pitch like this, I don't know who's pitching next because we haven't been paying attention, but y'all better hit. I don't care. Y'all better hit the next person up. Like, headshot them.
And if not, they better shove.
They better shove. They better, like, why is no one coming off the benches? Literally, why did no one come off the benches right there?
Good question. You
know, just staring at me. Like, why are you so mad?
You know who would shove would be Trevor Bauer.
He's not coming to. If he comes to Houston, I actually will hang up my Astros hat. I will find a new team.
Don't worry, it's not happening. I would be absolutely, completely shocked if he ever played another game in Major League Baseball. Oh boy! Well, now that we're sitting here looking at the Astros' hottest hitter, not hitcher, possibly go on IL or have a concussion. That's wonderful. Hopefully, we're wrong. But let's talk about someone who I respect the hustle, and that is Alexi Ramirez, who's been retired from Major League Baseball for a few years now, but he was still playing for Team Cuba in the World Baseball Classic. He, at 44 years old, set the record for the oldest player to ever play in the World Baseball Classic. Amazing. And as it turns out, the man was juicing it up during the World Baseball Classic. I mean,
let's be fair. He's that old. I respect it. He's not going to go back to the MLB. So there's no there's no real punishment coming his way. He's that, like, I mean, it's Cuba. Let's be real. This is not like these aren't the Cuban players that are in the MLB because to play in the MLB you have to essentially defect from Cuba.
Yeah.
So these are like players from Cuba directly who, like, let's be a little bit fair. They probably are not MLB caliber. Nothing against them, but you know what? Good for him.
Good for him. I mean, I saw in the comments online that people were like, we wish you did this when you played for the White Sox, because he's a pretty legendary White Sox player. But good for him, because I'm sure he has zero intentions as a 47-year-old to be playing in the World Baseball Classic. And I think he saw this as like, hey, this is my chance to set a record, be in the history books as the oldest player to play in the World Baseball Classic. And hell, maybe I'll be productive. And so he literally had nothing to lose. And I'll be honest with you, I want more players to start doing this. I want players who are at the tail end of their career. Is it the twilight of their career? Is that the term? Twilight is at the end of the day, right?
Yeah,
Twilight is
end of the
okay.
day. I think,
So
yeah.
I'm using it correctly.
Yes.
I want players who are at the twilight of their career to say, you know what? Let's ball one more time.
Mhm.
And I want them shooting up.
Yeah.
I want them injecting it all over the place.
Like last year, their contract.
Yes. Come on. You have nothing to lose. I want them to do it when they're in Major League Baseball.
Do it at this point.
Springer, go for it.
No, because
Justin Verlander. Boop.
Verlander.
Come on, man.
Scherzer.
Let's go.
No, I say Springer specifically because he was out for like the past couple weeks due to a broken toe.
Mhm.
Then he got hit by pitch again today.
Yep.
And he on the exact same toe, so he might be out again. And so I feel like he's just duct taped together at this point. And I think there were some rumors about him putting his house in Toronto up for sale.
Oh,
and
yes.
he is in the last year of his
Yes.
contract.
Yes.
So either he is trying to sign one more contract,
Mhm.
or he might be looking at the end of his career, which is
Man,
bad to think
that's
about.
wild.
But I do think he spends a lot of time on the IL at
Yeah.
this point. That and maybe
He does.
I hope it's not time. I love George Springer.
I hope not either. I think he
Mhm.
still has a few more years
Yeah.
left in him. Whether that be with Toronto or not
Right.
is yet to be determined. But yeah, you know what? Kudos to Alexi
Right.
Ramirez
Right.
for making that decision for the
Mhm.
good of the country to give them something to root for. So I'm fully, not that I'm condoning the use of steroids, but I guess I technically am.
I mean, again, you're talking to Freeberry Bot 3.0 now. So
Oh, boy.
I mean, yeah. I think we're seeing it where like, you had the steroids era and you had a lot of incredible players come out
Mhm.
from the steroids era.
Yep.
But then you have people taking these anabolic steroids, these performance enhancement drugs, and their performance is not
I
enhanced.
know.
Max Kepler, who else? Johan, what's his name? Johan something. Several Phillies players.
Yeah.
A Jerkson Profar.
Mhm. Doesn't
I mean,
help.
I just think there's something. It has to be something. There's just like some innate talent,
Once you're cooked, you're cooked.
right?
Like, I hate to say it, but
But it doesn't matter how much you shoot up. Like they're still batting
Mhm.
at the the Mendoza line.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Yikes. Well, the wild pitch of the week.
would you like to start us off?
I can, and I would like to be served up a slice of humble pie because maybe it was about a month or two ago, was
Mhm.
here on the pod talking about the New York Yankees and their corporate approach to Major League Baseball.
Mm,
And here's what I hate.
they're doing well.
It's working. It's working. And we were mocking them for running out the same team.
That is true. We were.
They are the best team in the American League.
Mhm.
They are one win away from being the best team in Major League Baseball.
Mhm.
They have a better record than the Dodgers. And so here's the thing.
Mhm.
We knew going into the season the Yankees had a shot.
Right.
We didn't think that they would be at the top of the division. I think we both thought it would be the Jays, who are, recovering.
They're
recovering. They're back to almost 500. But I think we thought that the Yankees' days of kind of running it up in first
Mhm.
place at the top of the division were over. And clearly, and again, small sample size,
Right.
but 1 month into the season, and the Yankee way is working.
I will say though, the Yankees historically always do well during the 162 games of the regular season.
Always, yes.
It's always the postseason where they
Yes.
kind of fall apart. So, are we really surprised that they're doing well? Probably not, because they are the Yankees.
But here's my
They are
thing.
the Yankees,
I'm going to be honest with you,
right?
Robyn.
But we did think their days are over.
I'm coming around to the fact that, you know what? Give me a good spring and summer.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some winning baseball in April through September.
Yeah,
And then let's flip a coin in October.
you're right.
Because right now my team
Right,
is giving me nothing and will
Right.
probably give me nothing the
Right.
entire year.
right.
So there is something to be said for, you know what? Yankees are going to play good from April through September.
Right.
They're going to get to October and they're either going to shit the bed like they normally do,
Mhm.
or they're going to do what they did in 2024
Mhm.
and they're going to make it to the World Series.
They'll still shit the bed there, though.
And that, you know what? That's fine.
That's fine, but like you
Give
have
me
good
something
baseball.
to root for.
Because I'm sitting here going, they do have good baseball for the majority of the year. I'm sitting here going, oh God, it's my bullpen.
Right.
So
So maybe the Yankees are onto
maybe
something.
they're onto something.
I don't
maybe
know.
you just need to play.
I don't know.
I will say Ben Rice has been hot. Ben Rice has been hot. I think Boone is not utilizing him enough, actually.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I don't think they're playing to the full potential yet. Because I think Boone is one of those guys who's kind of coasting on his game and on his players.
100%.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see we'll see where they stand at the end of September.
Who knows? Robyn, I'm afraid to say it, but what's your wild pitch of the week?
My wild pitch of the week is going to be me yelling at our fantasy league commissioner.
Who would that be?
I don't know. I'm staring right at him, Thomas. So I have some complaints, and I am speaking for the people.
The people. Okay.
So I know that you are very upset that you're still chilling at 13th.
Yep, last place.
But I have several issues with the format of our league.
Okay.
First off, I think we should, if we're going to do points, I think we should be doing points head-to-head. Since this cumulative points throughout the whole season essentially locks us into our position for the entire season. You might jump up and down like a couple spots.
Yeah.
But there's no way I'm going to ever reach first because first place is like 400, 500 points above me. Literally, unless like Fidel implodes for the next couple weeks, I don't think I'm ever going to touch first.
We can only hope.
We can also, like, baseball is unpredictable. We can always only hope. But then, Tom.
Yes.
Why did you decide the point system the way that you just chose it? I actually launched a formal complaint in our fantasy league group chat. Going, Commissioner, all caps, Commissioner, I object. Why do I lose 5 points for a hit by pitch? The reason I launched that was because I lost 30 points that day from hit by pitches. 3 from Ms., 1 from each of my others who were pitching that day. And then if you're the hitter who got hit by pitch, do you know how many points you get from getting hit by pitch? 1. A singular point. A walk is worth 2. You don't even get the points of a walk. You're facing potential injury. You might be even pulled out the game for multiple games, and you get a singular 1 point. 1. Do you know how much getting a strike is? 3. You get 3. Do you know how many you get from grounding double play? You lose 4. Do you know how much a single is worth? 2.6. So you're telling me I lose more striking out than I would hitting a single?
Yes.
That's some bull. That's some bull.
It's to incentivize good sound pitching, not erratic pitching, and good scrappy baseball in which you get on base, you steal a base, maybe you stretch it to a double. That's what we're looking for here in the league. Okay,
but my players don't know that.
Well,
my players don't know that.
You're their manager.
How am I supposed to ring up Joe Spada like, hey, can you tell Alvarez to steal second? Hello? But no, not in that. Why are holds not a thing? Why is my pitcher being penalized if someone steals a base? That's on the catcher. That's on the catcher's poor defense.
I don't know about that. That's also on the pitcher. You're supposed to hold that guy on base. It's 50-50.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy that the way these points are set up.
But it's impacting everybody.
I'm saying this. I know it's impacting everybody, but I'm sitting here going, I am losing my mind. I object. Commissioner, I object.
Is this a formal petition to change your rules?
This is formal. This is formal petition to change the point system.
Well, okay.
Also, last year you got a point for each out your pitcher made.
I know that was so lame. I had to change that.
You got rid of that.
Yes, that was so lame. Oh, you got an out. Great job.
No, but I might have a pitcher who's going 6-7 innings, but they're still in the negatives because they don't know how to throw a strike.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Nobody is suffering more because of my poor decisions in rule making than me.
I mean, yes, I'm glad you're being punished by these decisions you made. But I'm sitting here like launching a formal complaint about our fantasy league's commissioner when he was establishing these rules.
Hear us out? Yes, it is. Wow, how convenient that our producer, who's our producer? Oh wait, is playing us out with the long music here. But also, Robyn, here's my thing. I'm delusional enough to believe, and I believe this actually wholeheartedly.
You're going to make it back to first?
I'm gonna make it back to first. So I'm excited about that. Stay tuned for more on when and how I do that, because it is going to be.
It's not happening, folks.
The comeback.
It's not happening, folks.
Century.
He's going to be down 1,000 points coming up soon.
No.
It's not happening, folks.
Oh my gosh. Just stay tuned. And on that note, thanks for listening to another episode of Bad Pitch Energy.
We'll catch y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.